Keto and its fabulous benefits. I'll start off with the most important benefit when you start following a ketogenic diet, and that is keto can help you with rapid and sustained weight loss. By far, the main reason why people get on a keto diet is because they want to lose weight. This is not surprising, as we all know that obesity has become an epidemic, with more than 35% of Americans in the obese category, with 70% overweight according to the BMI index. The situation is very similar in most countries around the world. Now, scores of studies have been done on both the short and long-term effects of being on a ketogenic diet. So let's discuss a few of them. In a 2004 study, long-term effects of a ketogenic diet in 83 obese patients were analyzed. After 24 weeks, these obese patients who were put on a 30 gram, 1 gram per kilogram of body weight of protein and 20% saturated and 80% monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats showed promising results. The ketogenic diet significantly reduced the body weight and body mass index of the patients. Furthermore, it decreased the levels of triglycerides, LDL cholesterol, and blood glucose, and increased the levels of HDL cholesterol. Administering a ketogenic diet for a relatively long period of time did not produce any significant side effects in the patients. Therefore, the present study confirms that it is safe to use a ketogenic diet for a longer period of time than previously demonstrated. A study in the New England Journal of Medicine was done on 322 moderately obese adults with a mean age of 52 years old. In this 2-year-long study, the subjects were put to one of the three diets: low fat, restricted calorie, Mediterranean, restricted calorie, or low carbohydrates, non-restricted calorie diet. The Mediterranean diet group consumed the largest amount of dietary fiber and had the highest ratio of monounsaturated to saturated fats. The low carbohydrate group consumed the smallest amount of carbohydrates and the largest amount of fat, protein, and cholesterol, and had the highest percentage of participants with detectable urinary ketones. The mean weight loss was 2.9 kilos for the low fat group, 4.4 kilo for the Mediterranean diet group, and 4.7 kilos for the low carbohydrate group. Among the 272 participants who completed the intervention, the mean weight loss were 3.3 kilo, 4.6 kilo, and 5.5 kilos respectively. Concluding evidence clearly showed that Mediterranean and low carb diets may be effective alternative to low-fat diets. In a meta-analysis done in the British Journal of Nutrition in 2013, which is a total of 13 high-quality studies done on the role of very low-carbohydrate ketogenic diet, which is a diet no more than 50 grams of carbohydrates per day, in combating obesity, the results were promising. Individuals assigned to a very low carbohydrate ketogenic diet achieved a greater weight loss than those assigned to a conventional low fat diet, which is a restrictive energy diet with less than 30% of energy coming from fat source. And therefore, in the long term, a very low carbohydrate ketogenic diet may be an alternative tool against obesity. Essentially, what a ketogenic diet does is that it alters and optimizes the hormonal profile by lowering the insulin levels, which triggers and mobilizes fat stores in the human body. A keto diet has the hunger reducing effect, and this fact, my dear students, is very well documented. Most diets fail because firstly, they are severely energy restricted and do not alter or optimize your hormonal profile in such a manner which causes appetite suppression, whereas with keto, it is the exact opposite. Losing weight with craving and hunger is like standing at the edge of the cliff and hoping gravity won't pull you down. Now guys, studies are one thing and actually getting on keto and losing weight is another. Even though the fundamentals of weight loss, which I discuss in a lot of detail in my course Diploma in Weight Loss, applies to each one of us, but even then, genetically, we may differ. Some of you may thrive on a standard ketogenic diet, which is 70% fat, 25% protein, and only 5% carbs. Whereas few of you may require a variation of a ketogenic diet, perhaps cyclical ketogenic or a targeted ketogenic diet. So I discussed 4 types of ketogenic diet in module 5 and will explain it in a lot of detail. I will help you choose which one to go for based on your goals, culture, and meal preferences, etc. Now, another variation is that we all metabolize the macronutrients very differently. For example, Asians, especially Indians, have been eating 70 to 80% of the macros from carbohydrates for generations, whereas Americans are predominantly meat eaters with more calories coming from proteins and fats. However, with the invention of the SAD diet, which is also called the Standard American Diet, there is a lot of addition of white carbs, which consist of mostly pizzas, burgers, including breads, etc. So, Dr. Mercola has a free test which divides us in 3 nutritional types. So, first is the carb type. So, if you come into this type, you will thrive on foods which are high in complex carbs. Now, please note, no one can remain healthy on refined carbs like white rice or white breads. Then there is a protein type where you will do very well on a high protein, moderate fat, and a low to moderate carb diet. These protein types can thrive on a high protein ketogenic diet, which I will explain in module 5. And the last nutritional type is a mixed type, and combinations of macronutrients can be helpful for you. Whatever type you are, you need to experiment, guys. In my more than 2 decades of experience in food nutrition and doing hidden trials on myself and my clients, here is one of the best formula for success. Once you eat any meal, after 45 minutes to 1 hour of that meal, write down how you feel, how your stomach feels. Your body will tell you whether it's able to digest the particular type of meal properly or not. For example, when I eat a high to moderate protein and fat meal with low to moderate complex carbs, I just feel great. Never sleepy, never bloated, and no feeling of heaviness. But after eating a high carb meal like my occasional indulgences of eating parathas, rice, breads, or pastas, I feel the exact opposite. So students, maintaining a food diary is the most important thing you can do for yourself and for your health. I have dedicated a complete module on how to effectively get on a ketogenic diet and lose weight in a rapid and permanent manner. So let's move on to the next benefit, and that is being on a ketogenic diet can give you mental clarity and can radically improve brain health. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next lecture.